Welcome back, guys, to another stream, game dev stream. My name's Mike, aka Decimal Punked, and this evening we are in Unreal Engine 5.2.1. Carrying on with my group project, it's pretty much done. There's just one power up that I need to fix, and I just want to tidy up some code in one or two areas, and I want to try and populate the high score with some default names. So first off, we're just going to tidy up a tiny bit of code. I'm not going to do the normal intro that I do where I show the game and where it's at. You'll see that as we do some dev. And this is going to be a short one, and then we're going to hop into the Unity engine, and I'll do that in a separate stream. So I'm just going to quickly tidy up a tiny bit of code in here that handles just the code, so it looks a tiny bit messy. Let me just tidy this up. Oh my God. Alright, 1 second, guys. Won't take long. About as tidy as it's going to get, to be honest. Oh my God. Bear with me. Okay. That's the eyeball. Okay, that's the eyeball done. Alright, it won't be long, and then we're going to hop into what the bloody hell? What the frickin' hell have they done here? Jesus Christ. Sorry I'm quiet, guys. I'm in the zone. Multiplier. Okay. Oh, come on, keep it in line, mate. Jesus. Oh, can't stand inconsistency. Right, so we've got multiplier, blessed potion, and the fire speed. Okay. Right, so okay. Right, so I'm just going to double check in here. What is going on there? Right, this is the one I need to sort because someone's had a pop at this and it's not being done correctly. Right, so the blessed potion handles the blessed potion is basically an immunity potion. It's like a power up that grants immunity. So I'm just gonna tidy this one up. Just do that. Very, very easy power up to do. Super, super easy to do a immunity. Just a boolean for like the potion, blessed. If the player's got the blessed potion and any events damage, you know, nothing happens on the tree when it's off. Normal. Very super easy to do that one. Okay. Right, so I need to fix the right, what has gone on here? Right, I need to basically open up the project because the version I'm on at the moment is version 26 of the project, but my last version 23 had this code unaffected, so I basically need to analyze. I need to compare what's gone on basically, because this code here is just just a bit of a mess, to be honest. Like, I can see my code I did, but a load of stuff's been chucked in there and it's like, what's going on? Like, this shouldn't be handled Um, Right, just bear with me. Right, so we've got two versions of this open. So this should be the other one, I believe. And if I just compare that, yes it is. So yeah, okay. Right, so I need to go into the blueprint for the projectile and get that over here. Oh my god. Right, I can see what's happened. This section at the bottom, I'm just comparing this to my other version of this project. Right, so that's all correct. Why are they doing that? Why do people try and smarten something up and actually mess it up? Fuck's sake. Oh, it winds me up. Why are they doing that? What are they doing with that code? Setting the speed, like... There is literally... I don't know why they've done it this way. They've duplicated the entire code that I've done on a separate branch. Literally, all you need is an event tick. You just need an event tick to say, if, like, there is no need for all of that. No need for that. And they've created a projectile movement on the player character. Like, that's not... It's just ridiculous. Like, why is that even there? What, projectile movement? That doesn't go there. We can literally just cast straight within the projectile on an event tick to say... Because it's only going to be for the projectile. It's not going to be throughout the entire game. It's just going to be for each player projectile. And we're going to be saying, if that boolean's enabled, change the movement speed. There is no need for all that extra code. No need for it at all. The boolean in here, when the player picks up... What the... Oh my god. This is such a mess. Yeah, so you pick up the fire speed. It's fire rate. I don't know why they've called it fire speed. Look, they've even got the fire rate there. I'm going to rename this. Wonder why that didn't update itself. And then if I open that up, dude, why do people do that? Why do they put the blocks so close to the edge? Give a bit of breathing room, dude. Okay. Right, so that's the fire rate potion. Any questions, guys, while I'm streaming, feel free to ask away. I think I could come out of this one, to be honest. Come out of that one. Right, so the projectile movement nonsense has gone from there. One second, I just need to check the speed potion. Right. So what I'm going to do, this is a very, very simple thing to do. We have the projectile speed. If I just open up the top-down map, actually, I don't want to play it just yet. I don't want to play it just yet because I need to try and populate. I want to try and populate this. So I'm gonna sort this out, the fire rate, and then we're gonna sort out try and populate the high scores. So we're basically giving dummy entries to the high score, but this fire rate needs sorting. So we've removed the thing that was put on the, for whatever reason, was put on the projectile movement. Like, why? It doesn't. Right. Okay, so we're basically when the player comes into contact with the pickup fire rate, and the pickup fire rate is this one, blue potion. When they collide with that, we're turning on the boolean for I fire rate. So it stands for item fire rate, and after 10 seconds we turn it off. So then all we have to do within here is basically event tick. And what we do is we say 1 second. Where is the space? Space bar. Spawn projectile. Okay, so if we go up to the spawn projectile code, right, so basically with the fire rate, now the thing is, at the moment, with the fire rate, what will happen is it will basically, the effect is we're going to double the speed of the projectiles. We already play tested this earlier, and it's a lot faster, it's a lot of fun. The projectile moves at double the rate, like 1,000 units more. Now, what I was going to do was do an event tick to say if that boolean's enabled down here. If this boolean is enabled, then on event tick we would change the projectile speed, right? But we don't want to do that in here, and the reason being, it is, if we did that in here, then what that would do, for every instance of a projectile, they would all have an increased fire rate. Now, you don't want that to happen. If the players fired a shot and then picked up the fire rate power up, it wouldn't make sense for the shot they just fired to then benefit from that perk. So what we're going to do is, within the top-down character, where the player actually spawns the projectile, we're going to basically set the speed. What the hell is going on there? Oh my god, some people. Right. We will say in here, so you see spawning the instance, we're basically going to drag off of this, because then it's specifically targeting that projectile. Okay, so I'm going to delete that event tick in there, and we're going to clear out all this extra code that was chucked in there, and I need to make sure that my original code stays as it was. Okay, so we're going to be targeting this component, the projectile movement. Okay, so we're just going to compile save, and we're going to go back to in here. So fire rate is there, and then we're going to say on the spawn value. Sorry, 1 second. That music's a tad loud. I can't hear myself think. Right, so we're going to get the spawned projectile. Now what we're going to do, we're going to do something very interesting. We're basically going to, should be able to, because we're going to be dragging off, we're spawning this instance, right? So I should be able to drag off of this and say, get projectile movement speed. But what we want to do is we want to have a branch statement. Okay, and the branch statement, actually that spawn sound can go back there, because that needs to happen when it's shot. But spawn actor. Right, so we're going to say if, and then we're going to get the fire rate. So if the fire rate is on, if that's true, right, for that duration, I don't know why they've moved that. It's annoying me that that's down the bottom because I use that a lot. I'm moving that back up the top. It's literally the most used thing because of all the power-ups. I'm not happy with that sitting down the bottom, having to scroll through that all the way down. It's absolutely... Oh, right. Sorry. Alright, let's just sort that out. Okay, move that back. So, if the fire rate is on, as per here, we're going to target the projectile movement. Okay, so I should be able to just drag off of this. There we go. Set projectile movement. If that's true, yeah? Do you see what's happening there? We've targeted projectile movement. That is a component of the player projectile. So we're saying if the fire rate is true, then we're going to set the projectile movement. If we go in here, that is a float because it's got a decimal number, right? So we're going to set that to 2000. So we'll do why am I having a blonde moment? I feel like I'm having a right blonde moment here. I don't know if it's because I'm tired. I think it's because I've been in Unity and I've got the bloody stuff. Why is that green? Double precision. What? Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to get it. I'm just going to get it and add to it. I think it's because I'm in my head. Why is that? Oh, you know what? No, I'm doing this wrong. I'm doing this wrong. Get projectile movement. That's what we need to do. Sorry, I think it's because I'm a tiny bit tired, guys. Right, so we're getting the projectile movement. Initial speed and max speed. It's a little bit tight in there, isn't it? Jeez. Okay, so that should work perfectly fine. Because what we're doing is we're saying the spawned projectile, specifically that instance, if the fire rate is true, set the projectile movement speed of that specific instance to that. So that looks spot on for me. And then essentially we'd need to just copy the same here because this is the code for the multi-shot. So when a player picks up the multi-shot, we basically spawn two things here. Sorry, I'm just looking at this. What are they trying to do here? Sorry, when someone tries to tidy something up and they make it look worse, it's quite annoying. There's nothing wrong with that code at all. There we go. Right, so what I need to do, that should work. And what we can do is we can temporarily go into the enemy blueprints and set it so only the fire rate item drops, so we can test it. What I need to do, I'll need to get rid of all this nonsense because all of that code at the top, like this reference to the player character as well, isn't needed. Like this is wrong because it shouldn't be done in here. The code for this power up needs to take place within the place that creates the projectile. That's where it needs to happen because then you target that specific created instance and don't affect everything else. Right, so I just need to go back to my other project and make sure that this code is basically sorted out. God, what are pigs here? Right. Okay, so I'm just comparing this to my other projects. Almost done comparing, bear with me. Right, let's go back up there. Sorry, I'm just analysing the code. If I go quiet, guys, thanks for the spam view, 22. Appreciate that. I'm just analysing the code. So if I go quiet, it's just because I'm checking everything's in order. So the projectile movement is 1000. And then blue potion. So basically a single shot should, now we're going to test this, that should work. I'm just going to make a note. Test blue potion fire rate. Just double check that fire rate. Yeah, so we need to test that after populating main menu leaderboard dummies. Okay, right, so what I'm going to do, guys, is right, the main menu, when the player clicks the highest score, does the save game exist? Load game from slot. If it doesn't, okay, so at the moment, guys, so I should have fixed that whole fire rate thing. I should have fixed that. All I need to do is plug it into these two up the top there. I'm not going to do that just yet, though. Okay, first off, we're going to try and populate this leaderboard, okay? So what we're going to do, we are going to just shift this down. widget, okay. So I'm going to expand this. Okay, so what we're doing here is if I just show you the code, at the moment, if I play, click high scores, there's nothing there because there isn't a save file yet. The player's not started the game. When they start the game and play the game, they then enter their name when they lose. They get added to the high score. That's the first array within the save file for high scores. That's the whole process in creating a save file for the high scores. So very first game, there won't be any high scores. So what I need to do is populate it with dummy listings. Okay. So I'm going to click back, and this is the test, right? So on the false, so where we're checking if a save game exists, if it's false, we basically just show that back button so the player isn't stuck on that screen. But what I want to try and do, because I was looking at the code here, right? And if you look here, we're basically adding data to the high score widget, and that data is obtained from the save file. So theoretically speaking, if I copied this, I can basically, I should be able to populate the data, get a load of names and add. So this is going to be an interesting test. I hope it works. So if I just copy, I don't need that. If I just copy that and paste that there, right, we're saying create the widget, add to the viewport, and then what we want to do is we want to add insert maybe. No, we don't want to do that. I don't want to make an array. Let's actually let me try something here. So we're on the main menu. This is going to be interesting. If I call it dummy names and make that an array of strings, why am I getting an error? Yeah, I know it needs something putting in there. Calm down. Right, and then, oh god damn it. Go away. Add a variable, and this is going to be called dummy scores. And this is going to be an integer. Yes, I know I need to plug something in. Right, so we're going to have 10. Pew Pew King. Um, okay, so we've just plunked in some titles there. So I'm now going to populate some scores. 50,000, 45,000, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, I don't know, 15. Okay, so now if I get those dummy names and if I get those dummy scores, this is going to be very interesting if that works. I can't see any reason why that wouldn't work. We've said in there the index of these array, we're plugging it into there. That should work. And then I can't see why that wouldn't work. Oh, I know why that wasn't working. I know why I was getting the error code there. Because, yeah, coming off of the if false, that's why it wasn't working, because there wasn't anything there. So, sorry, I'm just looking at the line there. I knew what the problem was. I was getting an error code with removed from parent. That's because it was going off of the false because there wasn't a high score. That's why we're getting that error. So what I need to do is plug in this, move from parent to this, and then just basically make sure it's kind of in line. Let's give that a go. I'm hoping it's going to work. Oh my god. It works! No way. I'm a legend. Oh my god, I'm a legend. Oh my god, I just need to send that to my group. Access none. Well, you would access none, wouldn't you? I'm just like so good at like just fixing stuff. Now, what's going to be interesting, what's going to be very interesting is if I start playing PP King. If I start playing the game, die, add the score, is it going to add it to the ones that I've just set within here? That's the next test. I'm just going to make a note because that's a good test. Check if playing new game and dying, adding score at that point overwrites the dummies or dummies disappear altogether. That's going to be very interesting. I'm interested to see what happens. It would be nice if they stay there and are overwritten. I really hope they do. But the problem is we're not saving the dummy names and scores to save high scores. So if I did go to the save high scores, save high scores. Yeah, see, there's nothing there. So it's the which UI menu, enter name. Add name to array. Okay, we could always plug it in there, I guess. I'm not sure if we have an event begin play. I don't think we do. See, it's getting the names. It's getting the names, so I think we do. It's like you need to do it once. You wouldn't want to do it more than once. Let's just test that one more time. High scores are there. I'm pretty sure, without even playing a wave, I'm pretty sure that what I'm going to do, this isn't going to be displayed on the basis of the existing code. Now, we've done the fire rate. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to temporarily fire rate. Why is that down there, mate? What's going on? Right, I'm going to go to the BPU fire rate. So we're now going to test the fire rate and test what happens with the leaderboards. One second. Oh my god, it's giving me a headache. So many arrays dotted around. So on begin play, nothing's happening here. We could always create that. We could always create that widget. And we don't have to add it to the viewport until we need to add it to the viewport. There's nothing to stop that being done on event begin play. Technically. Sorry guys, I'm deliberating here. Right. We need to test the fire rate. Let's just test that fire rate works. So blueprints, enemies, eyeball and bat. And we're gonna go to the RNG drop table. And we are going to specifically say fire rate. And the fire rate is number 7 on there. So we're going to say 7 and 7. And we're going to set the drop rate to 100%. And then same here. 7, 7, 1. Okay, moment of truth, guys. Here we go. Interesting. Why are you not working then? When a player collides with BPU fire rate, BPU fire rate, BPU fire rate, set the fire rate, destroy the pickup, after 10 seconds turn it off. Why are you not working then? Fire rate. Tell you what, I'm going to unplug that one. Right, we need to check. If multi-shot is not... Oh, spawn projectile. Space. Spawn the actor. Projectile movement. Projectile movement. Now if I set that to 2000, you'll see what happens, guys. How's that? Interesting. There we go. So I wonder why... Hold on, I'm sure I've got a sound effects for... Alright, let me just I just need to quickly sort something out here. Not sure why that isn't working. I guess what we want is we want a print string. Actually, let's just get rid of that. Let's see if... I just want to test that that actually is... Top left, we should see that. True, yeah. It is working. No, it bloody was. No reason why it wouldn't. I'm just going to quickly sort something out, guys, because there's one section on here. I just thought of a better way I can tidy tidy this. Because essentially this needs to be a sequence. So got quite a lot of code here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just move this down here. I'm going to unplug that, and we're going to do this as a sequence because it is a sequence. Right, and we're going to say first off, do that, and then you're going to want to do that. So we're basically getting the bats, getting the eyeballs, we're setting them to be blue, and then I should be able to do that and that. So once that's happened, we then have another sequence which will basically turn them back to standard. That should so I just need to test that. Freeze. Right, so we're saying for the game frozen, we destroy the actor, set game frozen, we get all the actors, turn them blue. After 10 seconds, we unfreeze the game, we turn it back to normal. So if I just quickly test that, sorry, I need to make sure that these tiny little things I'm spotting are done correctly. So that's 4. So freeze clock is 4. So if I do 4 and 4, compile, and then 4 and 4. Jesus. Alright, let's just save all, and we're going to just test that. One, 2, 3. Right, let's wait for 20. Right, 21. So when it gets to 31, they should turn back. At 56, they'll turn normal. Perfect. Okay, that's made that code a lot nicer. I'm very happy with that. So the way that was before, it was all in one long string, one really long string, whereas that is a lot more clear what's happening. We're saying when the clock's picked up, freeze the game, destroy the pickup that was collected. Sorry, I just need to check the sound effect. That's nice and clear now. We're getting all the actors, turning them blue. After 10 seconds, we unfreeze the game, we turn them back to normal. Okay, I just need to make notes of all this work I'm doing, guys. Okay, right. So the fire rate, that's the one that's been a bit of a bugger. So the fire rate was number 7. So we're going to get this fire rate working. Not sure why. Because there's nothing in here to say when the projectile is created. Like, there's nothing in here. We only have the overlap within the code that handles the thing. So why? Is it because I'm putting that code at the end? Like, it doesn't make sense that that should proceed. It doesn't make sense for it to go. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of. Oh, this is a bit of a bugger. If fire rate is enabled. This is interesting, isn't it? Oh, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I'm going to try something different here. Get the player reference. Oh, get the Booleans. Look at all those. So, or can we do construct? No. Right, so if fire rate is true, okay, so when the projectile comes into play, if fire rate is enabled, 2000 speed. If it's not on, it's 1000. So I think it's safe to say I could probably get rid of that. Add sound effects for collect power up. Okay, right, so branch, right, I can close that. Right, so that should work now. Because we're not getting all actors, we're not getting all the actor projectiles here. We're just saying when this comes into play, when a projectile comes into play, if fire rate's enabled, it's 2000. If it's not, it's 1000. Let's give it a go. Bro. Oh. You numpty. Oh, you numpty. Let me get rid of that. What a numpty. That's why it wasn't working. What a numpty. Now it should work. Let's try that again. Right, so when we're shooting... Dude, what the hell? Why is that not... You know what? Projectile speed. No idea if this is going to work. Absolutely no idea. It wants to. This is quite frustrating. What the fuck? Why are you not speeding up? You guys have seen, as I've adjusted the variable, within the actual projectile, it is... Fuck. Why is it being a bastard? Why are you doing this? You know what? You know what? This is winding me up why that's not working. I'm not sure why that's not working. It's bugging me. It is bugging me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try something different here. I'm going to rename that projectile movement norm. And then we're going to create one called fast. Okay, and we're going to say 2000. Alright, so by default, that's not activated. Right. Now's going to be the fun, guys. Right. So in here, I'm going to basically get rid of that, plug that back in there. I am going to say in begin play, if fire rate is enabled, so turn that off. Right, so what's happening here, if this doesn't work, I'm going to go nuts. So what we're doing here is we're saying the event the projectile begins play, if fire rate is enabled, so if fast fire is enabled, we turn off the normal component and we activate the fast one. If the fire rate is false and it's not on, then projectile is normal and new active is that. Alright, so I'm hoping that bloody works. If it doesn't, I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, I've done it. I've done it. I have done it, guys. That is so fast. Oh, that is a lot of fun. I love that. It's actually working correctly. Like, you see how I'm shooting there, guys? If I if I shoot normal, right, if I shoot normal and then shoot, you see that's not affected the movement, but then the next projectile is working correctly. It's working perfectly. Okay, now the next test is for me to die. So I'm just going to take some hits here. And as expected, the dummy high scores aren't there. Not a problem. Okay, so I need to work that. But now they're there. Okay, that's fine. I can figure that out. So I have sorted that. One second. That was a real arsehole, that one. Not gonna lie, guys. Fixed it, but my god. Why was it just being a bit of a bastard? Why was it not so weird? Okay, let me just label this up. Okay, so we're going to say um, very happy with that. Bit of a bugger. I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised that the code. I'm just really surprised that the code I was trying wasn't working. Like I couldn't see why it wasn't. Like I was specifically targeting the movement component of the projectile, and it was just not playing ball. But this works really perfectly, to be honest. As you saw, guys, it literally, if the player's got fast fire rate, it does the job essentially. Uh, Add for the multi-shot section. Oh, okay, I don't need to do that. So fixed projectile speed, power up. Fixed projectile speed power up. Done that. Add for the multi-shot section as well. And the multi-shot section was up here, but I don't need to do that because that code handles that. So it's another job. So okay, What are you doing, Mike? What are you doing? Right, what I need to do, one thing we haven't done is play a sound effect when a player picks up an item. Now what I need to do quickly is just reset these back to default. So 0.2, so 20% chance for a drop. 20% chance for a drop, and this is 0 to 7. And that is 0 to 7. Compile, save all. Okay, so now if I play the game, Jesus, Jesus is with me tonight. Oh my god. Dude, how many power-ups? This is 20% chance. I am blessed. Oh my god, we are getting... This is crazy. Another bomb. Are you serious, dude? Thank you. Oh my god. Dude, that is a lot of fun. That is a lot of fun. That fire rate is really fun. I like that. Hold on. Okay, right, I know what's wrong there. That is because they didn't add in the code for this. Oh god. That's 500. Okay, so this is going to be quite an easy... Why have they done that? Right, what I'm going to do, at the moment, this score, the way the multiplier works, the person that did this code only did it for the add score. But this wave specific wave specific score breaks down the score per wave. And the game was only going to have 4 waves because it's a vertical slice. So essentially, pardon me, what I need to do here is where we're going to the current wave, and I think it's on the wave clear. Is it current wave? Wave 1 score, wave 2 score. Yeah, so we basically need to get this here. And we plug that in there. So essentially, what we're doing is we are saying if the multiplier is on, we don't do anything in a minute, but if it's false, we just do that. So what it's doing there is, if the multiplier isn't on, we're just adding to the wave 1 score as normal. But if it's on, we're adding 1000. So what I do is I just copy that. And then we do the same here. I'm just going to move that down. Right, we're going to need the branch, so I'm going to get that. I'm just going to make some room for this. So 2 is for wave 2, and we're going to say if it's false, we're going to add the normal, and then if it's true, we're going to be doing that. There we go. Oh my god, that was just for the bat. I've got to do the same for the... Oh my god. Oh, right. Added in the I multiplier code. Hey, dude, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Added in the I multiplier code to the event. Added in the I multiplier code to the event add wave score for both enemy types. Boom. Right. So we can test this. Dude, you're going to get a treat. Ace, you are going to get a treat. You haven't seen this game. I can't remember the last time you saw this game, dude. Actually. But I think you're gonna like it. I'm going to show you it in action in just a second. I'm just quickly at... Oh my god. Why did that not... Oh my god. Nice, dude. Wow, wow, yeah, yeah. Right, so, same as we had for the bats. We're just going to expand this. We're going to kind of just copy the code that we had before. Why do they... I don't understand some people's logic. I don't understand why they've done that. Oh, it's so annoying. Okay, so similar to the bat, where what we're going to do is we're going to copy this section here, the branch, and we go to the eyeball. So we've sorted out the bat. That's the code for it. So we have two scores. We've got the main score for the player, but then I created a wave specific score. So it essentially, it's a secondary score that's kind of like a breakdown of the score for that round. So it's nice. It's just a breakdown of data for the player more than anything. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I've copied that section there, so I'm going to just plug that in there. And once I've done this, I will be able to show you it in action and test that it works. But we need to pray to RNGesus that we get some good drops. There we go. Right, so if the player multiplier is true, la-di-da, we are going to plug the false into there, because essentially, oh my god, been a bit of a bugger. There we go. Right, so if I need to make some more room. Right, so for the eyeball, if the player's multiplier isn't on, we add 250. If it is on, we are going to double that, and let me just check down here. So on here, it needs to be 1,000. It needs to be 1,000. So it's 1,000 for the bat, 1,500, 1,500, cool. And then the eyeball is going to be 500 if the multiplier's on. Prey? What, as in Prey the video game, or? Oh, Prey. I meant P-R-A-Y. MP, dude, MP. Right, so if the multiplier is on, they're going to get 500. Just move that up. And then we can essentially, no. If I just copy that now and put that here, that essentially needs to go about there. So off of the second, that will go there. Get rid of that nonsense. What is with these nodes, dude? Tidy that up. Right, so this one. Right, so for... Oh my god. Right, so if multiplier is false, we set the wave score to 250. Dude, you're fine. No worries, dude, no worries. Right, let's put that there, and then we're going to plug in the target up there. Target up there. Straighten the nodes. Plug that into the true. This is going to be 500. Oh, why is that not straight? Let's move that up there. Perfect. Compile, save. Let's just save all. You never know when a program's going to crash on you. Right, so 1,000 for the multiplier, 500 normal. 1,500, 1,500. And for the eyeball, 500 multiplier, 250 normal. 250, 500, 250. Okay, that is all good. Now we can test the game. Make sure the multiplier works. So we've got a really cool model for the piggy. Right, so compile, save, and then for the bat, we'll just move this up. Okay, let's test it, guys. So here we go. Save all. So what we're expecting on the... We need to get the piggy bank. Oh, look at that. Orange Jesus. Wow. Orange Jesus just blessed us. I can't believe that. I cannot believe we got the piggy bank. It's basically the score multiplier. Watch this one. Fire rate power up. It's insane. Oh my god, we just got the piggy bank again. And piercing. Oh my god, dude. Dude, the drop rate is 20% chance. I'm getting so many power-ups. What the hell? Oh my god, dude! Oh my god, this is insane. Holy shit. Oh, this is really fun. Oh my god, my heart's racing, dude. There we have it. I've fixed the score. That's now correctly displaying based on that code I just did. Oh. Added any I multiplier code to the event add wave score. Excellent. Right. What I need to do what do I need to do? Look at that score just climbing up there. Piercing shot. Ready? Ready for the piercing shot? Watch this. It's so fun, bro. Oh, dude. I'm not just saying this because we've made this game. It is really, really fun. There are so many power-ups. We've got about... God, I don't even know. We've got so many power-ups. Look. Where are our power-ups? Look at all those. 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 8 different power-ups, bro. We've got a speed potion that increases player movement speed. We've got a piercing shot. We've got a multi-shot, score multiplier, freeze clock, fire rate, a bomb, and a potion that gives immunity. Like, dude, we're 8 power-ups. We were talking today about adding in a hard mode option where we can increase the amount of enemy projectiles on screen, the speed the enemies move, power-ups moving faster so they're harder to collect. Like, it would be really cool to add in like a hard mode option with like checkboxes. Really, really, really easy to implement. And that would add a lot of fun. So players can basically choose how hard they want the game to be. Like, you know, it's so fun. So, I'm not even joking, dude. Like, this game's just awesome. Really, really awesome. Right, I need to add in sound effects for collecting the power-ups because at the moment... You'll notice, if you listen when I walk into a power-up, listen, there isn't a noise. I also want to have a visual effect so that when the player collects a power-up, we have this, I don't know, like a nice kind of sparkle or something. Like, so we're going to have an audio cue when one is picked up, and then we're going to have a visual effects. Yeah, go for it, dude. Ask away. Ask away, bro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, so at the start of all this code, we're going to play a sound. So I'm just going to expand this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it as a custom event. Instead of just dragging in the spawn sound. Oh, actually, no. I could do that. Spawn sound. If I just copy that. Paste that here. The sound is going to be collecting power up. Hold on. When the player throws the bomb... Using power up. Okay, yep. Collecting power up. I'm just reading your comment, dude. What do you mean when you refer to the logical side of the game? Do you mean that creative process is longer than that? I mean, the design of it, you know, there's... We have it's called a GDD, Game Design Document, and it basically outlines all of the plan for the game, all the ideas, the flow, the loops, the characters, power-ups, menus, art style. So much in there that covers the ideas for the game. Oh, right, so you mean the blueprints, yeah. To be fair, there's certain blueprints that have been very difficult. Some have been harder than others. Some are super easy, and one of those, I'll just show you. I literally said to one of the other programmers earlier today, for the invincibility power-up, all you had to do was this. Literally drop in this Boolean check. If that's on, player doesn't take damage. If it's off, they take damage. There's so many things that have been so easy to implement, but then there's been others that are quite difficult. Like this whole thing here handles the power-ups, this blue cyan coloured block. But then... some blueprints have been tricky. Like, we've got an issue at the minute with the enemy projectiles. When an enemy's destroyed, the projectiles start spawning from 0, coordinates. That's a bug fix that we need to do, but no one's really experienced with arrays, and everything's... The enemy grid is handled in an array, so there's lots of things that are quite difficult. Well, that's the thing. You have to think logically about it. You, like, in your head, with the code, like, you can translate the idea in your head. So, if a player shoots a projectile and it hits an enemy, I want this to happen. You just kind of write down what you want to happen, and then you break that sentence down into the code, and you kind of work with it from that. It's a bit hard to describe, but it can be broken down and simplified. It's just knowing what functions to call, the most efficient way to handle it. You know, there's quite a few things, but you know, it's tricky at times. Right, I need to plug in this function into all of these power-ups. This is, I made all the sound effects for the game, and we've got this one. That one is when the player throws the bomb. But I didn't plug in this one, which is collecting a power-up. So I'm just going to quickly drop that into the 8 power-ups we have. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So all we're going to do, it looks like, oh, it's a bit big. It will fit though. So just before we destroy the actor, We're going to drop it in there. Oh, it's a bit big. We're going to have to make room. It's a chunky monkey, but it has to go in there. I'm going to have to shift all this code down. Just a smidgen. Expansion is needed. There we go. And then we can test this. We can just test that the audio is coming through correctly. We don't need these ones. Right, so we're just going to move that down. That is a big bit of code. Look at this. This is what I did like about a half hour ago. Just tidied that bit up. Added in a couple of sequences. Right, so we're just going to shift this across. Similar to how we did that. Copy that, because that's the sound effect we need. Drop that in there, drop that in there. And then move these across. Have to make some more room. Piercing. Sound, sound, sound. I'm gonna need to make it even bigger. Oh my god. Dude. This is crazy. Right, so now it's the big one. So if I just shift that down and I think that's all of that. Is that all selected? Looks like it. So we're just going to move that up. Oh no! Oh my god. Right, I had selected a couple of things there. Right, let's do that again. And then deselect those ones. That's better. Copy that. Plug it in. Okay, and then we've just got a couple more to do here. So why is that not straight? Right, so we select that bit there, move that across. Copy the sound. Plug that in there, plug that in there. Get that. Last two, guys. Spawn the sound. Right. That looks good to me. Strong those a little bit. Okay. Let's shift this back down. Oh my god, dude. Oh, sorry. I just need to check my sugars, guys. Give me one moment. Let's pop some insulin. Okay, so we now have. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've now plugged in. We've now plugged in our sound effects, so we're just going to test that works. So what we're expecting when we pick up one of those power-ups, we're going to have a sound effect played. So the player has a audio cue or audio feedback that they have received an item. And that's the whole idea with that. BG? What's BG, dude? Battlegrounds or bed? Oh, nice. Piggy bank. Another one. Oh, dude. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay. The sound effects are in. Oh my god, how have I been streaming for 2.5 hours? Add sound effects for collecting power up. Add sound effects for collecting power up. Add sound effects for collecting power up. Done that. Test the blue potion fire rate. Done that. So Okay. Okay, right. So I've tested about the dummy scores. Okay, right. So one last bit. So what have I done tonight? I feel like I've done a lot of code tidying. I've done a lot of code tidying. I've fixed the enemy project. I fixed the fire rate power up. Added in the sound effects. Quite a lot of tide coding. Why am I calling it tide codying? I must be tired. Christ. I wanted to do some 2D platformer tonight, but I'm too tired to jump into Unity after being in Unreal. I'm too tired. But essentially, yeah, honestly, dude, I've been streaming for 2.5 hours, and I've fixed one of the power ups. I've sorted out a few other things within the code, so I have done their quality of life. They're things that needed to be done. A couple of fixes. This thing on here. So, if I was to zip this project up and open it again, this section here, the dummy names and dummy scores, this is basically an array that I created with predefined scores and names, right? So that does work. My God. Basically, I want dummy names on the high score. No, I'm not doing that. I do some queries with AI, but I don't get given a visual screenshot of what to do. If there's anything I'm uncertain of or it's something I've not done before, I might make inquiries. I'd rather do that with an engine than be a pest in the forums. Like, I could easily be a pest and do loads of posts, and I try to learn what I can off my own back and playing around with the code, but there's some things that if you're not too experienced with, you kind of need to look into other avenues. Yeah, so it's all good though. It's all good. Right, so add gnome to array. Right, so when the player, I just need to look into this. Save high scores. I'm going to do something. I am going to do something. Player names. Player names. enter name, set name, add name to array. Where's the add name to array? That's the power, that's the booleans, that's the projectile. That is the projectile there as well. Spawns the power up. VFX of the bat and that and the bomb. Add name to array. Add name to array, so it's this bit here. Add name to array. Target is that. My name, add name to array. My name, player name. So you're getting the player names from the save object and you're adding my name there. So essentially, if we created a save object and then added a load of names, I know how to do this. Oh yeah, I understand that, dude. There are some benefits to AI. I only ever use it for querying stuff that, like, the majority of the time, I know in my head what roughly the right direction with the code, but there's still a lot that I don't know. I've learnt an awful lot, and I'm remembering a lot of what I'm doing. But yeah, there's a lot of benefits to it, dude. Right, so what I'm doing, guys, at the moment on my main menu, I created these dummy entries, dummy scores and dummy entries, right? Now, you can see the code here. We're creating a save game object, right? So we're saying, does a save game exist? If it does, load the high scores, load it from the slot, and then you add the player name to it, and the same here, right? So at this point, creating a save game object, if I essentially did this on the narrative, because actually no, if I did it in the main menu, I can say, you know, at begin play or event construct, just do this, copy this, and then I can create the array from up here. I might quickly do that. I do believe that's the right thing to do. So there is a lot to learn. There is a hell of a lot to learn, bro. Load game from slot, set, save game. Save game. Okay, right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try something. This should work. This should work. So this bit of code I've done here, because if you look at the code, if a save game exists, it loads it. So essentially, this creating a save game at this point is kind of redundant if we create the save game elsewhere. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this. Okay, and you're going to see what's going to happen, guys. set save game high scores. Right, so I've copied that. Now if I go up to the top, there's an event construct there. It's a real big ass section of code. Really, really long. Does a save game exist? Right, so I am going to paste this up here. Okay. Now, if I go down to this section here where I had this code, button back high score. If I just unplug that for the moment, what we're going to do, create a save game object. So I'm going to call this custom event, and this is going to be called dummy high scores. Or if I actually just name that dummy scores. Right. Why is that not? Dude, I've already got one called dummy scores. What? Why is it not letting me do dummy scores? Oh, it's because I've got... It's because I've got variables on the bottom left there. Can you see that, guys? Dummy high scores. We'll just call it dummy high scores. Okay, so what this is going to do, this whole process here, we're going to create the save high score file on the main menu. So the moment the player's in the main menu, we're going to create the save game object. We're going to... Why is that grey? Why are you giving me an error? What is it on about? Save high scores. Oh, okay. I don't need to do that. Right, sorry. 1 second. Right, I can get rid of that. Right, where I had that. Why am I getting a warning here? Okay. If I just go in there, player names, player scores. Player names. Can I? If I get rid of the my name. Right, 1 second, guys. For each loop. I don't even know if that... I mean, theoretically, I think that would work. Dummy high scores. Create the save game. Then we're going to add... Oh my god. I'm a little bit worried about doing that because... I mean, in my head, it makes sense that that would work. Let's just... Oh my god. Right, I'm just trying to make sure that this is correct. So, for each loop, I'm just going to have this up the top. That's been temporarily unplugged. So what we're going to do, we're going to do the code for this, and then we're going to... Why am I getting an error? Oh, that's that one. That's fine. Create widget, add data, player names, player scores. I'm just going to get rid of this then. Get rid of that. Move that back up there. Move that back up there. Oh! There we go. Right, no errors. Right. So, I mean, I'm hoping that for each loop, this is what I mean. I'm not that experienced with arrays. But in my head, array index. We've got the dummy names. So we're getting that. If we plug that up there, and we're saying for the loop body, we want to add the dummy names into that. Right, that makes sense. So we're adding all of the dummy names into the player names. And then when that's completed, you would then want another loop which would essentially do the same but for the player scores. So if I get the dummy scores, plug that in there, add that, sorry, oh my god. Oh, dude, I'm getting the hotkeys confused between Unity and Unreal. Hey, Andre, welcome to the stream, dude. Welcome, thanks for tuning in. I'm just doing a fine quality of life tuning thing here. I'm just trying to populate the leaderboards with some dummy scores and names. What am I, almost 3 hours into the stream. I've already done the projectile that was in the title of the stream. So this is just something that I'm just needs to be sorted. And then I'm going to test it, and hopefully it works. Right, so when the dummy names have been added to that, we're then going to get the dummy scores, and then the loop body. I'm not that experienced with arrays, dude, and loops. I've worked with them. I'm still understanding and learning them, but essentially, I have these two arrays that I've made. One with dummy names, one with dummy scores. So you can see here we've got those names and those scores. So the indexes of both would match up. Yeah, I mean, if there's something in there that I don't know, I mean, I'll query this with you. If I just quickly finish doing this, and then you can say, no, you've done it wrong, or, you know, oh, hold on. Array element. No, that's correct. Hold on. Array element. Yeah, that's correct. What is that? There we go. Okay. Right, so if I just get rid of that nonsense. Right. Why is that not... Why is that on the piss? That line is annoying me. Dude, why is that line so bent? Oh, it's because it's got two pins plugged in. Right, got you. Okay. If I unplugged that and then did that, there we go. Right, so what I'm hoping that bit of code will do, tell me if I'm wrong, Andre. This is going to be at the very beginning of play on the main menu. We're going to essentially create the save game for the high scores, and we're going to get our dummy names. So from within the save game object for high scores, we're getting the player names, and we're adding to that array oh, okay. No, you're not bothering me at all, dude. No, essentially, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Let me just read your comment. What I'm going to do, actually, to stop... Right, I know what you're saying there. If I have this here, does save game exist? If I use that, if I plug that in the beginning, then that won't overwrite it. It won't duplicate, will it? So if one doesn't exist, which it won't, that will work, won't it? So I will have this on the event construct, and it will say, does a save game exist with the name high scores? If it doesn't, create it. And then plug all of those into there, save it. And then every time the game's loaded, it's going to check this, but then it will always be true because it would have previously made the save game object. So then this would never repeat and follow itself because one already exists. So save on completed of the loops. Right there, bro. Right there. Save game to slot. Oh, that needs to be plugged in. Save game object to save object. Do. There we go. Oh, apologies. Apologies. I see what you mean. We wouldn't want to save you on every single loop, would we? Oh my god. That's better, isn't it, dude? Right. Look good to you? That looks good now, doesn't it? So on that final end, we save to slot. Now, I believe that's going to work. So if I call that function at the very beginning, let's make some room. Oh my god, that is a beast. The beast. Beast mode. Alright, let's just shift that along. And it's dummy high scores. Oh, it's so annoying when the lines aren't straight. Oh my god. Let's just check I haven't. Perfect. Okay, cool. Right, so now we can shift it all the way back. That'll do. Okay, shall we give this a test? I'm confident this is going to work. I'm nervous. I am nervous because there's quite a few areas with save files, primarily the high scores. It's quite I'll show you the array. It's a scary ass thing. I followed a 42-minute tutorial, and oh man, it was some next level stuff. Like, this is the array right there. When you first load the game from new, there is no save file. The point at which the save file is created, I believe, is when the player loses a wave against the enemies, and then at that point they enter their name that's added to the high score. I think you've not seen the gameplay. I think you've tuned in when I've been in the middle of code. I'll quickly show you the gameplay, dude, because I think you're a new viewer. So let me give you a little insight, and then we'll test this. We'll zip the project and then we'll reopen it from brand new. So, and then that'll be a good test to make sure that this is functioning. So save all. Right, so this is the narrative introduction. It's got 5 art slides. No, because I've already played on this project. It's already got a save file, so I'll have to zip it and then open that zip and just open that new project. It's not a problem. Right, so I've got the this is all grey box at the minute. I'm going to be working on the pixel art user interface this week. This is all going to be pixel art, you know, all the colourful boxes you see are just placeholders. So yeah, you can adjust all of the settings and save it. Controls, the high scores, and this is the game. Oh yes, fire rate. Look at that. Oh, the carnage. Piggy bank is the score multiplier. There's a 20% drop rate from killing an enemy. And there's 8 different power-ups we've got. Oh, the bomb. That is everyone's favourite. Eye invaders. Love it, dude. At the moment, we've got bats and eyeballs. We're going to have a gargoyle and a floating book. The floating book is essentially the UFO equivalent of Space Invaders. Oh my god. So, yeah, this one gives immunity to damage. So, most power-ups are 10-second duration. Oh, dude, 2 piggy banks. What? RNGesus. I've been blessed tonight. I'm not even joking. Look at that, another piggy bank. That's the score multiplier. It doubles your score for... Oh, dude. So fun. Multi-shot. And... fire rate. Oh my god. Jesus. The carnage. Oh, that is insane. We were thinking about adding in a hard mode. It's very, very easy to do. We were thinking like quite a few different ways of like having checkboxes where the player can kind of say increase enemy fire rate, and a vampire mode where you constantly lose health and the only way to get health back is by killing enemies. So there's some really cool ideas we've got. It's not even in the design document, but it's something we were discussing today. So essentially that is it. Now if I kill myself, so at the moment the array is limited to 10. Well, the array keeps getting added to, but it will only ever display 10 entries total. Okay, so now the test is this. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to zip the project. Yeah, I'll zip that there. Right, so at the moment, because I've been playing in the project, like we've got a save file. I could easily go into the folder structure and delete the save file, and it would do it all from scratch. But I'd rather just zip the project and test it that way. Right. So now if I close that and then close that. Bear with me, guys. Hold on, where did that go? Oh. Sorry, let's put it in a... Okay, right, so if I now extract that. So this project... What is on my desktop? Bear with me. What is this one? 23, 23. Get rid of that one. Right. Here we go. This is the moment of truth. So this is the project I just zipped. Yeah, no, I know there is. I guess I'm just being lazy. I'm very tired. It's 12 past 1 in the morning. Anyway, so going into that code. Oh my god. Where was it? Main menu, I think, wasn't it? Main menu. Right. So what we're hoping that when I press play and click the main menu button, when we click the leaderboards, high scores even, oh my god, we're going to have that loaded with the dummy entries. Because at the beginning of the main menu being drawn, we're setting that. I really hope this works. Please work. Please, please work. Fuck yes! Yes! Baby! No way. Okay, right, so... Oh my god. Right, okay, so if I now do a new game and, I don't know, get above Omega, if I aim for like just above 10,000 score, and then we will see if my name nudges off Noob Slayer and slots in between Beta and Omega. Let's give it a go. Oh, moment of truth, guys. So I need just over 10,000. This is exciting. There we go, 10,500. Oh my god. It fucking works! Oh my god! Oh my god, it works, bro. No way. I did it. Dude, there is nothing as rewarding as spending some time in Engine, playing with the code, trying to get it to do what you want it to do, and then it works. It's just, there's no greater feeling than that. Oh my god, I love that fire rate power up so much. For 10 seconds you get that, like, it's a lot of fun. It's so powerful. Look at the speed, dude. Oh, wait, I've got too much score. My score's too high. Okay, I'll kill myself. That's amazing. It's so good. I'm not even joking, dude. Like, I'm studying video game design at university, and I spend so much time in Engine. I'm making 3 games this trimester. I'm doing this group project, this Plague Vaders. I'm doing a 2D platformer in Unity, and then I'm doing an idle clicker in Unity. So my platformer's about close to 90% complete, to be honest. This one just needs the polish. It needs the user interface pixel art done for the HUD, main menu, buttons, a few bug fixes, and it's pretty much there. And the idle clicker I'm making, I'm going to be streaming that. There's going to be a lot of maths, but I've already made a start on it, so yeah, it's really cool. But I spend more time. I barely play any any games. I do a little bit of RuneScape when I have a spare moment, but other than that, like, I finish at the end of April, so I'm definitely going to get my gaming in. But it's so much fun, dude. Like, you know, making games and just coming up with the rules and the level design and how everything works and player experience, and oh man, there's so much to it. There's so much to it. It's just amazing. I am so happy that worked. I am so happy that worked. Oh, I'm so proud. Right, so this, I'm gonna just tidy this up. That worked perfectly. So I've got my dummy names. So those dummy names are here. And yeah, like I say, these can be changed. Like, it'd be quite cool to have the developer names, because there's 6 of us in the group, so we could have 6 of those entries as like the developers kind of, you know, names, whatever they want to be. But these are just names I just randomly came up with. So let me just sort this out. So I can actually 24. I can delete the other one. Actually, I'm going to keep it there. I've got a few different versions of this project open. Let's do that. That's made a right pig's ear of that. That has. Right, so this bit's tidy. So we want nodes to be all nice and straight, and that's not going to happen. Where is that coming from? It's really annoying. That's because the add box is slightly bigger than the gap between here. That's why it's not. Oh, when you just want it to be like perfectly lined up, like the spaghetti strands can get a bit messy at times. Let's do that. God, that is really annoying, isn't it? I can't really tidy that up. I can't make that look any neater. Oh, dude. I'll tell you what, that will do. Right, let's move this one back. Okay. Okay. It's a bit of a step, isn't it? But that does the job. So at the very beginning of the game, once the player's gone through the narrative introduction, this will happen. We will create the save file, and we'll populate the high scores with the dummy names and the dummy scores. Those are the ones that I've temporarily placed in there. It works perfectly. We've played the game, we've died, we've added our own entry into that high score, and it's slotted it in, it's sorted it. It works so well. Oh, I'm so happy with that. Right, let's call this uh, um, creates a save file for the high scores and populates the save file with 10 dummy names and 10 scores. Perfect. And we'll give that a, I don't know, that shade of weird, it's like lilac. A lilac. So what I'm going to do, the green is the very beginning. Ooh! Oh, I hate it when it does that. Why is that not... Someone's been messing with my thing. Oh, this is what has gone on there? Why was that not getting pulled up? There we go. Right, let's move that up the top. And because this is associated with game start, we're going to put this one here. Because that is related. This whole green, I tend to use green for like anything that's on event construct or begin play. So like green for start, green for go, you know. That's the whole idea with that. So let me just going to move these things up a tad. Right, so that's all done. Okay, right, now I can shift all of this back. I'm so happy with that. Sorry I keep repeating myself, guys, but I'm really, really happy. That's simple. I was struggling the other day with how to do it because I was looking at the high scores array and I was just like, oh my god, like how and where do I add these dummy entries? But it is literally all kind of done within the save file, and this little bit of code, these two loops, is just saying open the save file. No, it's creating the save file, you accessing the two arrays within the save file, and you're populating that with 10 entries for the names and the scores, and it is that simple. It's just fantastic, isn't it? Really, really cool. Right. I think I'm going to call the stream there, guys, because it's nearly half one. I've been going 3 hours 15 minutes. I've done quite a lot. So today I've imported 2 models, assets, static meshes. I've tidied up some code in some areas. I've sorted out the code for the freeze clock power up so it's more efficient and clearer to read. Fixed the fire rate power up. I've added in some codes to the scoring for the 2 enemy types. I've added in sound effects, so you get some audio feedback for when you collect a power up, and lastly, I've sorted out the dummy entries on the high score. So, what a night. Very, very productive night. Um, such a good feeling. Really, really happy. Anyway, I need to go to bed. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you haven't already, feel free to follow. I do quite a lot of game dev streaming. And over the next few weeks, I'm going to be doing obviously some more Unreal work. I'm going to be in Unity. It's all going to be visual scripting. So if you want to stay up to date, feel free to follow. You can also check out my YouTube channel. I've got a link below in one of the panels. That will take you to my YouTube page. I archive all of the game dev streams there. I've got 2 playlists, one for Unity and one for Unreal. Tons of videos in there. So if there was something that you didn't know about or just wanted to look over some of the past streams, they're all there with hundreds of hours of game dev. So go check it out. And thanks for watching and joining me tonight, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next stream. Ciao, ciao.